Hi everybody, welcome to episode 14 of Glenfall House's Questions of the Week. Now, you may notice obviously I'm not at Glenfall House for the obvious reasons that everything's going on still at the moment. So I'm coming to you live from my kitchen diner with the lovely sun in the background, which is actually quite appropriate for today's question. We're all going to do a little question of the week, so you're going to get to meet every one of the team today. So there's going to be 5 of us that are all coming to us from our homes. Diane's still at Glenfall, so Diane's going to be coming to you from Glenfall, and we're all taking one of the questions we've received this week. So it's something a little bit different. We've missed each other, we've missed being there around everyone, so we thought this was a really nice way for somebody such as yourselves to see another face apart from mine or Diane's. So everyone else will be following me up, but I'll kickstart this week's episode with the question that we got asked actually by someone who's unfortunately having to postpone, but you know, for next year, is can they have a barbecue instead of a wedding breakfast? Hence why I've decided to host mine in the kitchen with the lovely sun in the background. So the answer is completely yes. At Glenfall you don't have to have a formal sit-down wedding breakfast if you don't want to. If you want to have a formal sit-down breakfast then you can, but it's entirely up to you, you don't have to. So if you want to have a barbecue, we've got various different caterers you can work with. You can have a picnic. We had a lovely picnic last year in the garden for a wedding. You can have afternoon tea, you can have the formal sit-down, you can have some sort of food vans come into the premises and do something like that. So yeah, but you know, the answer is we're completely flexible. If you would rather have a barbecue, you can have a barbecue. It's no problem at all. Until next week, but for now, we'll hand you over to someone else on the team. Bye.
Hi guys, I'm Kat and I am one of the wedding coordinators here at Glenfall House. We've had a question that says, how many planning meetings would we suggest that you need when planning your wedding here with us? Now we would always suggest that you need a minimum of 2 planning meetings. Firstly, we suggest an initial planning meeting. This is just a chance for us to get to know each other and to go through your plans and your thoughts for your day so far, really just to get a sense of your vision for how you want your wedding day to go. It's a great opportunity to think about timings for the day, what things you might like to have at your wedding, so your activities like photo booths or music. Do you want playlists? Are you thinking of having a band? Also, we can talk about suppliers that you might want to use, or if you have an idea but you don't know where to go, we can help with people that we would recommend or can kind of talk you through what you might need. It's often helpful to have somebody like me to go through things with you and just talk about how the day might be best ordered, and maybe to just put in a few things that you might not have even thought about, like who you want to be the master of ceremony, so who you want to make sure your guests are in the right place at the right time and those sorts of things. We do send out some little questionnaires when you first book with us, just to kind of get the ball rolling and help you think about the sorts of things you might need, and it's really helpful to go through these on an initial planning meeting. So secondly, we would also say we need a final planning meeting. I mean, obviously this is much closer to the date of your wedding and it's all about the little details, so making sure the running day, so the order of the running to your day is correct, so suppliers know when to arrive, you know where you have to be, guests know where to be, what playlists need to go on when, all the tiny little things like that. It's also a really great opportunity for us to just go through any last minute questions, and just make sure that you're really happy and really excited for your big day, basically. So those are the minimum that we say you need. Some couples are perfectly happy with this. That's all they want. They know exactly what they want to do and they just kind of come and keep us informed. For others, they may want to chat through all their new ideas or come up and see Glenfall House and go round, think about what rooms might be best for which members of their wedding party if you're booking accommodation, so all sorts of little things. We are happy to have as many meetings on top of the 2 that we recommend as you would like. We love having people come and drop by, come and have a chat, just have another look around. Obviously it can be quite a long time between when you book and when you come up to us. So if you want to drop in and refamiliarise yourself, that's absolutely great. Equally, if you live away from Cheltenham and it's not easy for you to pop up and see us, we're available all the time by email, and we've got very good lately at video conferencing and using Skype, so always available for a video chat if that helps. So I hope that answered the question for you. Take care.
Good morning. So one of the questions we've received this week is the venue accessible for disabled guests? Well, to start with, the answer is yes. The maintenance team have done some fantastic ramps for us that can be used in the venue. We've got a really good one which goes into the ballroom up the steps, which is covered by carpet. And then we've got 2 ramps that also can go out by the front door. What we do ask is that you actually mention this to your wedding coordinator. So in your planning meetings, they'll ask you questions like this, but just make sure they're aware that you do need the ramps out so they can be put out and set up before you actually come to your wedding day. Just means you get the strong lads to do that and get those set up for you. If you are planning an outdoor ceremony, then you just need to think about getting any wheelchairs down to the ceremony area. We do have a gravelled pathway going down there. What we do is just check that out, that the wheelchair that the person, your guest you've got, can use and can go down that gravelled pathway. It can be a bit difficult for the really heavy chairs, so it's just worth checking that out beforehand. But obviously, if you can't do the ceremony outside for whatever reason, then our Glen is totally suitable for disabled access. We also have a lovely ground floor bedroom, which is an accessible bedroom, and hence this is the room I'm in at the moment. So I thought I'd show you that room rather than having something else of Glenfall House. So this room is our Mitchell bedroom. Incidentally, this is named after the brewer Arthur Mitchell of Mitchell and Butler, who owned the house in the 1920s. In the late 20s, so 1929, he built the extension on the house, which actually has this bedroom and also has the ballroom in there, which has got our sprung dance floor in. So just a little bit of history, and I've digressed, sorry, a little bit on that. But our Mitchell bedroom has plenty of space around the room, plenty of space for wheelchairs to get around the bed and into the bathroom. And the ensuite is a totally disabled friendly walk-in wet room. It has a little seat in the shower, and it has handrails by the toilet sink and the shower as well. So hopefully that's been a little bit of information for you, and see you again next week. Bye.
Hi guys, I'm Katie. I am the operations manager at Glenfall, and I will be answering a question for you today that you guys have been sending us. So the question that I'm going to be answering for you guys today is, what sort of bespoke things can Glenfall provide for you on your wedding day, or to be honest, any event that you've got going with us. So there's quite a few things that we can do for you. It doesn't have to be sort of, you know, your stereotypical, you come to us, you sit down, have a 3-course wedding breakfast and everything has its set place. Hopefully you guys know by now that's not how we do everything. So with regards to sort of bespoke things we can do for you, is we can sort of set up your own special bars here and there around the venue. So for instance, we could do you your reception drinks can be done in quite a few places around the place. So we can do them in the gardens, so we can do them in the alcove, for instance. And what we've done before is we can set up sort of like a cocktail bar or a bottle bar out there for you. And that can work really, really nicely in the summer, obviously. But then obviously you can still have the main bar inside that you can access. So your guests don't have to obviously have, you know, the specific bottles that you've requested on that bar at all. So with regards to cocktails and things like that, if there's a specific cocktail you want on the bar but we don't happen to have the ingredients for it, then what we can do is we can arrange for those ingredients to be available for you on your day, so that you've got all the drinks and everything that you definitely want to make your day more special, really. So there's a few things we can do for you. Obviously there are more, but if you've got any more questions at all, then obviously you can email us, phone us, contact us, and we can go through many more options for you as well when it comes to that sort of stuff. All right, so I think my colleague's going to answer a few more questions for you now, and have a really good day. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Anna. I'm another event coordinator here at Glenfall House, and I'll be going through the final question of the day, which is, will our event coordinator be there on the actual day of our event? Quick answer is yes, they will be. Depending on what kind of event it is, your event coordinator will be there for the majority, if not all of the event. For example, if you're having a party here at Glenfall House, your event coordinator will typically arrive around midday to help with any setup or welcome any suppliers you've got coming. And they'll usually stay till around 8 or 9, because by that time your guests had arrived And if you've got any food that needs distributing or a band that needs to start playing, we'll be there to make sure it's all running on time. For weddings, if there's no events the day before, we'll be there in the evening between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. to help the bride and groom set up. Also, it's a great opportunity to go through any last minute issues or concerns, or to make any last minute payments like corkage is usually done then. So moving on to the main day, the event coordinator will always have a support, and that support will always arrive around 8 a.m. so she'll welcome all the suppliers and the bride if she chooses to get ready here at Glenfall House. Then around just before midday, the main coordinator will arrive, and she will go see the bride first to make sure if there's any concerns going on, any last minute nerves, and if you want another glass of Prosecco, that kind of thing, and then she'll oversee the whole day. Usually a couple of weeks before the wedding, you would have had a final planning meeting, so everything the coordinator needs to know about your wedding would have been discussed then, so she'll know your day back to front. So on the day, the bride and the groom just need to have a relax and have a good time. Event coordinator will take over everything. Again, we usually leave around 8 till 9, as usually there are no other main events going on after that point and everyone is just having a couple of drinks. So we usually just leave you to it. Obviously, if you're having a ceremony only, your event coordinator will be there from start to finish, as it's usually only a couple hours long, so we'll be there to make sure everything's running on time. Whenever the event coordinator does go home, there will be staff around that know the timetable of the day, so don't worry, we're not leaving you all on your own. We tend to leave after the main scheduled events have happened anyway, but if we do feel like we need to come in a bit earlier or stay a bit later, we're completely flexible on that and don't mind staying a little bit longer. Obviously each event is different and we take that into consideration, but we always try and find the host or the new bride and groom before we leave, just in case they have any last minute issues or if they want another glass of champagne, we can help with that. By the day of the event, we usually get quite close with all our couples, and we want their experience to be perfect and as stress-free as possible. Plus seeing the whole thing come together at the end is one of our favourite parts about the job, so we don't mind staying that a little bit longer if we need to. That's all the questions for today. Let us know if you have any more questions for next week, and I'll see you then. Bye!